Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi everyone, how are you doing this morning? Hi Tracy, good morning or good evening. No, I suppose it is morning for you. Good morning Evelina. Okay, you see me good, good, good. Oh, hi Jennifer, good morning. Loving the music. Speaking of music, let's get some going. Let me know if you can hear the music in the background. If it's too loud, if it's too soft, can you hear me? Yay! And I'm so happy to have you back here, Jennifer, as well. Thank you so much for joining. Jessica, good morning, my friend. Welcome. Marion, hi. Hello, Kim. Top of the day to you too. Good morning. Yay! Okay, fantastic. I am going to... Okay, thank you so much, Tracy. I appreciate that, letting me know that you can in fact hear me and then that you can in fact see me as well. And yeah, I'm so glad that I can see you as well. Good morning, Barbara from Southern California, SoCal. Good morning. Where are you all right now? Are you all still in your same location, or are you moving around? Are you joining in from a new location? I would love to know where you are. I am still in my usual location. There was going to be there was a potential that I would be doing this morning session from New York City, but I am grateful, I have to admit, to be at home here in Arlington, Virginia, just over the river from DC. So yeah, and it is a lovely day today, a beautiful day to be doing some doodling. I hope that you are looking forward to today's session. I certainly am. And yeah, I'm glad to have you here. Let me just turn off all my notifications so that we don't get interrupted. Let us see. Hey Jenny, happy Friday all the way from Cape Town. Marion, you're in Tennessee. I'm so keen to go to Tennessee. I just have a feeling that's going to be on our road trip itinerary sometime soon. Jessica, always right here for the most part. Homebody. Yes, I know what you mean. I have two parts of my personality, one that wants to go adventuring and one that wants to stay absolutely where she is. So yeah. Okay, Kim, music is perfect. I'm glad to hear that. Asheville, North Carolina in the mountains. That keeps coming up for me as well. Like Asheville, it keeps popping up onto my radar. So yeah. Good morning, Mende. Glad to have you here. Let's see. Evelina, same location, San Diego. Paradise. It does sound like paradise. How is the autumn vibes progressing? Were you going to sit our friends maybe again? I wasn't actually, Jessica. It was going to be a whole new experience. My husband is there, so he is having the experience while I stay home. Awesome. Yes, Tracy, I hope everyone has had a good week as well. And this is a lovely session, as we know, to end off the week and to mindfully step into the coming week. Yeah, so glad that you're all sharing this time and space together. Let's see. Elle says, have the leaves changed in the mountains? Asking Kim. Mende, you're still split in the same way. Oh, you are split in the same way. Yes, yeah. Want to be out adventuring and traveling, but also want to stay home in our little bubble. Evelina, there was rain a day ago. Lovely. Now sunny days. Wonderful. When you don't get rain that often, rain is such a lovely novelty. That's my perception of it, at least. Barbara from California. Your favorite spot is the Bayou County of LA. Okay, I've never been there. Never been to LA. What is that like? What is it like? Mountainous? Is it like desert? Is it trees? Grace Ann, autumn greetings from North Dakota. Wow, it must be so beautiful. I can imagine that that is just so stunning up there. Barbara in Louisiana. Okay, I see. Oh, I'm sorry. I totally got that wrong. Louisiana. I'm not a fay with the state shortenings, clearly. Marion, sunny, and leaves are changing. Beautiful, yeah, it's my favorite time of year, I must say. Just a bit, and late on the leaves. Lovely. Tracy, I brought another paint by numbers this time. Travel edition New Zealand. Oh, divine, that's so cool. Well, I hope you enjoy that, Tracy. And Mende, I did one of your doodle tracks on Insight Timer last night. I enjoyed it so much. I would love it a little longer too. Okay, thank you so much for that feedback, Mende. I do appreciate that. So yeah, let's kick off today's session with just a mention of that. So if you have been doing these live sessions with me for some time, you'll know that we generally doodle for at least an hour, sometimes an hour and a half or thereabout, you know, somewhere between those two markers. And I have been creating some longer some shorter doodle session recorded tracks, which you can access on my Insight Timer profile. I'm putting out about one a week at this rate. And they are short, they're 10 minutes or less, and I've done that quite intentionally because this is I appreciate that this is a big investment of time, these live sessions on a Friday, and when our lives are busy, it can be challenging to make and assign that duration of time to a self-care practice like this. So I have done those shorter, less than 10-minute doodle tracks, recorded tracks, so that you've got something to do your self-care without any excuses of time limitations. If you know, we can all find 10 minutes to do a self-care practice. So for now I am focusing on 10 minutes or less, and I will definitely over time start building that up. So yeah, and it's also good for an introduction. So if you're new to any kind of mindful art practice, that you've never done Zen doodling before or Zentangle or anything like that, or any kind of art journaling practice, 10 minutes is a nice, or 10 minutes or less is a nice bite-size taster to get into the flow. And of course you can always sequence them, so go from one track to the next if you are feeling that you're not quite done with your doodling session. So I do want to invite you to go and check those out, and please do give me feedback like Mende has, that you'd like it to be longer, so I can kind of gauge then what is needed and who needs what. So I feel, as people who are short on time or people who are new to it, 10 minutes or less is a good chunk. Those who are already making this part of their regular self-care practice might want to do longer, so then I could do, you know, like a 20-minute session. So yeah, please do give me that feedback and let me know how it goes for you. So yay. So let's have a look-see. Perfect, thank you, Mende. Great. In my profile on Insight Timer, Evelina, so in the teacher profile, then you will find that's where all of the pre-recorded tracks. I am also posting some on YouTube, on the Red channel as well. And I'm contemplating doing, having the pre-recorded top-down version of how I would follow that. However, I've not yet done that because I don't want to influence somebody else's doodling experience. So yeah, still figuring that one out. You can let me know what your feeling is. Cool. Mende, you just put on one more music track and drew more stones until I felt content. Oh, I love that. That's so beautiful. I love that that is a way of making the practice your own, and following your own intuition. And that is very much one of the central themes to these practices, is that you do make these doodle sessions your own. I am here merely as a guide and as a catalyst to get you going. I am not here to instruct or teach or, be an expert in any way. I am merely inviting you into this flavor of self-care practice and inviting you to explore your own creative intuition. So it's very much a part of that practice. So I love that you're making that your own Monday. And so if anybody is new here, has never done any of these sessions before, my name is Abigail, and I do these weekly Friday mindful art sessions. It is not an art class, so I'm not teaching anything. As I said, I am merely opening up the space and inviting you to drop into the experience of noticing what thoughts come up as you are drawing, what sensations you're experiencing while you're drawing, noticing your breath. We do chat and engage as well while we're drawing. We also go silent while we are drawing. We have alternating themes each week. One week is a alphabet themed doodle session where we have a letter that helps further focus our attention. And that is very much a part of what mindfulness is. It is the brain gym of consciously focusing your attention rather than letting your mind rattle around on the treadmill of thoughts that is constantly on the go. So the act of drawing focuses your attention, and in addition to, with our alphabet series, the letter is drawing our focus as well. So if you find that having both of those concurrently drawing your attention is too much for you, then please drop the letter, the letter focus. You can simply just focus on the doodle and the sensations of doodling. The letters are intended to invite us to look for words that start with that letter, for things that we are grateful for, things we're reflecting on, things that we are intending, or just in general, things that start with that letter that spark joy. So yeah, that's what that is. And then in the alternating weeks, we do more art journaling / creative, flowy kind of Zen doodle mindful art practices. We do have a reference sheet of patterns that we do make use of. You can access that completely free if you go and check out the links in my Insight Timer teacher profile. You don't have to give your email address in any way. You simply just, if the tech is working properly, you should simply be able to access it. Sorry, I'm just getting that doodle reference sheet up on my screen so that we've got it to hand. It's just the collection of doodles that we reference. And the intention around like the repetitive nature of it is that as you become familiar with these patterns and your hand and mind get used to how you do it, it means you no longer need to think about doing it. You can just simply go into flow. You can simply just get on with the doodle without having to analyze what you are doodling. So that is why this is such a great repeating self-care practice. When you come back every week and you make it part of your weekly self-care practice, so these patterns become familiar and so you don't need to analyze and actively think about them. You can just immerse yourself in the experience of it. So with that very long-winded introduction, let us get cracking. I will just see if there is any commentary. Please do let me know if you have any questions at any point, and I will happily answer if I can. Oh, Tracy, in Sydney it was very hot. Last weekend it was 34 degrees Celsius. And the same yesterday, my gosh. So you're approaching, for the Americans, in the region of 90 degrees Fahrenheit, thereabout, I think. Hey, Lorna. Yay, welcome. No, you're just in time. We are just about to start, and I'm happy that you're here as well. So please do, yeah, get your implements, your pages, your journal, your pens, your pencils, whatever it is that you are drawing with today. I'm going to shuffle our deck of cards and see what little extra nudge we get from the universe today. If the tech is working out correctly for us, then there will be a replay of the session on the red platform and on the orange platform. I am describing them like that because certain platforms don't like us to mention other platforms, but just know that there is a way to access the recordings, and you can find all of that in my Insight Timer Teacher profile. Okay. Morning, Dilly. Good to see you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yay. All right, let us see what the universe wants us to be mindful of today. I always wait for a card to jump out, and when they don't, I do wonder how I must draw the card. Let's go intuitively. Okay, this one. Play big. This is our card today. Play big. Love that image. And it says, I choose to move beyond my limiting beliefs of myself and instead claim the space of myself as a powerful being. Oh, I love that. I choose to move beyond my limiting beliefs of myself and instead claim the space of myself as a powerful being. Isn't that awesome? So, actually, it just landed for me in how that is relevant for me personally this week. Yeah, let me know if that resonates. I really appreciate that, and I also appreciate all of you who keep showing up. This is what this called to mind for me. All of you who keep showing up, all of you who listen to the tracks that I'm creating or watch videos that I put out, because yeah, it's this constant conversation happening in the mind of I feel drawn, pardon the pun, I feel drawn to create, but then the ego gets involved of like, yeah, but you know, and I really dislike that. I just want to do it for the creation of it, because it's good. It is good to create. So I really like this little reminder. Play big. Play big. Awesome. Okay, so today we are drawing the letter R. And before we get into our letter R, I want to invite you just to take a deep breath, put your pen and pencil down, take a nice deep breath in, and exhale out slowly. And again in, full to capacity, and then exhale slowly. Last one in, and exhale. And then do a little temperature check. Checking your internal weather app. What is the weather like today? On a scale of 1 to 10, internally for you, physically, mentally, emotionally, how are you feeling right now in this moment, with 1 being awful, 10 being awesome? Where are you at? And checking in, seeing the number that represents how you feel right now in this moment, but without judgment. It is just an, oh, isn't that interesting? Isn't that fascinating that that is the number for today? There is no judgment. It is merely checking the temperature. It is what it is. So where are we today? Can I read it again, Grace Ann? I will, while everybody is checking while everyone is checking their temperature. The card says, play big. I choose to move beyond my limiting beliefs of myself and instead claim the space of myself as a powerful being. There you go. There you go. Okay, so let's see what the temperature is like in the room today. Marion, you're an 8. Barbara, you're a 6. Jennifer, you're a 6. Sandy, you're a 4. Evelina, you're a 7. Florgie, you're a 7. Kim, you're a 5. Jenny, you're a 9. Elle, you're a 3. Okay. Tracy, you have your bedroom window open for nice fresh air. 8 brought another paint by numbers. Okay, so you're an 8. All right, so I want to invite all of you who have your numbers. Mende, you're a 6. And what is that, a little dance? Oh, it's one of those. Yes. Lorna, you're a 4 right now. Hectic day today so far. Okay. So I want to thank you for checking in with yourself and to notice without judgment, and also to know that you are in a high vibe moment. We're not in the same physical space, but we are sharing this time and this experience. And so if you seek to raise your internal temperature, you're in the right place. And for those who are on the upper end of the scale, know that it's like lighting a candle, that, you know, one candle lighting another doesn't diminish the first candle's flame. And so that's exactly what this space is about. So you're in the right place. Thank you for showing up for yourself. I would say that I'm a 7. I'm going to say a 7 today. So yeah, and we will check in by the end of the session. So let us get to our drawing. So grabbing your pen and pencil and your paper. Let's see. There we go. Okay. So we have our page. I do draw digitally if you're new here, but you can draw analog. Doesn't need to be digital. Okay, and we're going to start off with drawing our R, and your R needs to be big enough so that you can draw. You can doodle inside. Let me just get a pencil that's going to work. So we're going to draw our R. Doesn't need to be perfect. And these sessions are as much about mindfulness as they are about embracing imperfection. Because mindfulness, a big aspect of mindfulness is non-judgment. And so the same is true for these practices in terms of the outcome. This is not about creating something particularly aesthetic or, you know, a masterpiece. It is about the emphasis is on the practice, on the experience. So it is an exercise in letting go of perfection. It is an exercise in practicing non-judgment, which is exactly what mindfulness is all about. Okay, so let us spin our wheel to see how many different doodle patterns we're going to do today. 4. Okay, so we are going to divide our R into 4 different sections, however you choose to do that. Let's see, I think I'm going to go... You can do yours however you want, as long as you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different sections, and we're going to fill those sections with different patterns. So if you are new, then these are the doodle patterns that you can download, the 50 mindful doodle patterns. You can go and download them. They are numbered, very tiny, but there are numbers for each one of these patterns, and we're going to spin the wheel to see which of these patterns we're going to be doodling today. I'm going to spin for all 4 of them, excuse me, write them down on the screen, and then you can go at your own pace. So let me get that done so that we can see which patterns we are doodling today. So first one is 25. Second one, 17. Third one, 49.
There's nothing to read.
Oh, Siri's listening in. And 46. Okay, so 25, 17, 49, and 46. Those are our doodle patterns today. Let's see. Oh, I can see all the R words coming in already. Evelina, R for rest, relax, and restore. It's funny, those are the exact words that came to mind when I was contemplating before I went live this morning. So yes, totally on the same page with you there, Evelina. Rest, relax, and restore. Marion, read. Oh, that's so funny. Siri was just saying there's nothing to read. Yeah, read. Florgy, reflective. Yes, or reflect. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh. I had a feeling today was gonna give us some really great words, some really powerful words. And reminders. All of these are great reminders for all of us. So as we share, so we are reminding ourselves and we are reminding others. Mende, relief and ready. Yes. Hey Tracy, good afternoon. Good to see you here. Mende, reflect, yes. Florgy, my keyboard is set on the wrong language. Lorna, I'm going to draw in red today. Oh, how appropriate. I love that. Good morning, Yana. Good afternoon. So glad that you're able to join us. Angela, is it an app that has 50 doodle patterns? No, it is a PDF. I created the PDF as a tool for us to make use of. So this, you can go and download this exact PDF if you follow the link in my profile. So I'm going to just bring up number 25 and we can get started. Let's see. Number 25. Okay. Oh, that's a cute one. I do like that one. So let me see if I can just organize my screen. I'm still getting used to the new Apple way of things. There we go. I need to be able to see that. Okay, so this is number 25. That is where we are starting. So in whichever section of your R that you want to start, go ahead. I think I'm going to do mine at an angle. So let us start. Remembering that nothing needs to be perfect. In fact, embrace. Let me move that there. Embrace the imperfection of it, because let me get my yoga app out the way. Go away. There we go. This is such a great practice in letting go of perfection and embracing imperfection, like actually practicing what it feels like for things to be imperfect without judgment. So your doodle does not need to look exactly like it does on the reference sheet. It does not need to look exactly like mine. You can make it up as you go along. You can alter. You can do a completely different pattern if you feel called to. It is completely up to you. It is your creative playtime. Resilient, yes, Angela, that's a great word. Oh gosh, that's been coming up a lot lately. Kim, will you please put each one in the bottom corner like last time? I copied mine and can't make out the numbers. Yes, so can you see this? Is that for you? Does that work for you, Kim? We'll figure that one out later. Okay, so just let me know if you can see that. Okay, hopefully that suffice. Florgy, radiant or radiating, yes. Yana, rest, yes. And recharge, yes. Okay, Kim, good. Yes, so really great Reunite came up. Oh, yes, because I'm going to see my husband later. Yay. R is a really great word reminder, like prompt. So many things to be grateful for. And I want to invite you, if you feel called to write down the words, whether next to your drawing or within your drawing, to remind you, to remember such great words. And as you're doodling, as you're finding your flow, take a nice deep breath in to bring you into this moment, to gather your scattered thoughts, to bring yourself into the present moment. While you're starting with this first pattern, perhaps do a quick mental body scan. Just keep drawing, but do a mental body scan from your feet to the top of your head, checking through each body part and noticing if there's any tension anywhere that you're holding. Your feet, your toes, are they curled? Loosen them if they are. As you go up your legs, is there any part of your legs that are tight that can be loosened? Your buttocks, your lower back, your abdomen, your chest, your shoulders, your neck, your upper arms, your forearms. Is the hand that you're holding your pen or pencil with gripping really tightly? If you notice it is, breathe into it and loosen your grip. Pay attention to what your other hand is doing while your dominant hand is busy drawing. Relax the fingers of your other hand. Coming up to your face. Are you frowning? Are you pursing your lips? If there's tension anyway, just become aware of it and then intentionally release any sense of grip or control or holding on to. Just let it all go. Breathing. And finding yourself here in this very moment. Simply drawing very easy, repeating patterns. Nothing to think about, nothing to judge with regard to the drawing. There is nothing riding on it. You will not be judged. Your artwork and art skills are not being judged today. Delete, recover, yes. Resistance and recall, yes. Jenny, I have no choice but to embrace imperfection. I have Ray, nice R word, a 7-kilogram cat asleep in my lap while I doodle. I love that. Oh, you've got some nice cat energy there with you. How relaxing is that? Relaxing, yes. Hey Naima, good to see you here. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So as you can see, I have started out with a very simple part of this pattern, and now I'm going to go in and fill in the detail. And we are taking our time, and without forcing your breath. If you feel the need to take a nice deep inhalation, by all means do, but also just notice how you are breathing and that you are breathing, because you always are. You would not be here if you were not breathing, and so your breath becomes an anchor and an opportunity for mindfulness. It is always there. It is always with you. Kim, rejuvenating, yes, and rewarding, yes. Oh, Tracy, you like my hairstyle. Thank you. I appreciate that. Naima, I want to participate. What's the numbers and lines today? So the numbers, these are the patterns. So we are starting with pattern number 25, and then number 17 is going to be next. After that, number 49, and then finally number 46. So we've separated our letter R into 4 different sections, and we're going to be doodling each of those 4 patterns into each of the containers. So you've joined at the perfectly right time, because we are just starting with the first pattern. And I want to invite you to take your time, even though there is a set time for this live stream. You can always carry on after we are done. So release any sense of rushing or needing to keep up. As I mentioned, you can download the Doodle reference sheet so that you can find these 4 patterns. And of course, you also don't need to stick to these specific patterns. You can fill your R with whichever patterns you choose. I keep changing my color. Need to change that setting again. And speaking of color, if you are, whether you're drawing digitally or analog, you can use as many colors or as few colors as you like. I prefer for myself to stick with one color, but if you want to do different colors for each different doodle pattern, you can absolutely do that. And I'd invite you to mindfully choose your colors. What do the colors represent for you? And how do the colors that you choose relate to how you are feeling in this moment? For me, when I do my mindful art practices, I always choose natural colors, greens and browns, because it represents nature and kind of offsets the digital nature of my drawing. That's how I interpret it. And so that is for you to interpret, to decide. Rachel, hi, let me pull out the pen, yay! Oh, Rachel, we're neighbors? Are we neighbors? Where are you? I've actually never, oh, there we go. Oh, you're in Maryland. Welcome. Hey, Rachel, good to see you here.
Lovely. Oh, Maryland is such a beautiful state. So many trees. It is definitely a state I want to explore more of, and really it is, as you say, a neighbor, so no excuse not to. Yeah, bring your pens, bring your pencils, your journal, or any scrap piece of paper. And we are contemplating, what does R mean to us today? What does it conjure in terms of things that you're grateful for, things that you are reflecting on, things that you are intending? And as a mindful art practice, the invitation is to notice that you are breathing as you are doodling, noticing the expansion of your chest or your belly, that whatever you're wearing moves as you breathe. Remembering that you are here as a whole person, as a whole body. Your attention might be focused on the act of drawing right now, but your feet are as much a part of this experience because they are attached to you and every other part of your body. And so it is making us aware of our whole beingness.
Oh, Rachel, you're right outside of DC near the University of Maryland. Okay, cool. We literally are neighbors. We should meet up for a coffee. That's so cool. Dilly, rainbows, yes, oh my gosh. Rainbows, ribbons, recognition, resilience, and relatives. Oh yes, what a beautiful list. Love that. Tracy, yes, roses. Wonderful. Love those descriptions. Love those words. Yeah, Tracy, rocking horse. Going back to, childhood. Hey Kathleen, welcome. Ashley, reset. Oh gosh, that's such a good one. Oh, I love that. Yes, restart and renew, all around the same theme. Yes, and you know what the thing is? That's such a great reminder, Ashley. To always remember that we can always hit that reset button, and every day is an opportunity to restart and to renew. There's not some magical date once a year where we have permission to reset, restart, and renew. Every day offers that invitation. Such a powerful reminder. Every moment we can reset right now. This weekly session, weekly self-care practices is in essence a reset. When we realize how we have allowed our minds to scatter, our attention to be all over the place, and this right here, you are in the process of resetting. Every time as you are practicing mindful art or meditation or any kind of stillness, and you notice that your mind wanders and you bring it back to
the drawing or your breath or whatever it is that you are contemplating or focusing on, that right there is your reset. You are strengthening and stretching your mind in that moment. That is the practice. So again, mindfulness is not about judging and admonishing for the mind having wandered, but in celebrating that you noticed it and you came back. You reset. I love that. Thanks, Ashley. That was great. Tracy, rock and roll music, yes. And roast, oh my gosh, roast potatoes. Roast potatoes for me. I also do I found a beautiful recipe for a vegan nut roast. I'm vegan, so yeah, found a divine vegan nut roast the other day, and I've made it twice. I love me a good roast. A nice Sunday roast is very British. Oh, what are you doing for Halloween? I don't do Halloween. It's not, not really on my radar. I'm curious to know if it's on anybody else's. I would imagine if you've got kids, then it's very much on your radar. I don't have kids, so it's not really on my radar. Also, I didn't grow up in a culture that does Halloween, so it's just interesting to see the American enthusiasm around Halloween. Very interesting. I do enjoy seeing all of the Halloween decorations out and about. People take it really seriously. It's very funny. So I do enjoy that, but I don't actually do anything for Halloween. How about you guys? Naeem, drawing is the only thing that stops my thoughts. Oh, I love that. Yeah, and that is exactly why I enjoy this as well, because this is like a gateway to meditation. For many people have almost a mental block, you know, to meditation and the sitting stillness of it. But just like going to the gym, like the more you do it, the easier it gets. But you've got to start somewhere, and so you can't go to the heaviest weight in the gym and expect to be able to pick those big weights up. You have to start with the smaller weights, and so mindful art is definitely those smaller weights or the lowest speed on a treadmill or whatever analogy you want to use. And for some, that's all you need, and absolutely it is a wonderful form of stillness and self-care. So yeah, I'm glad that you find the quietness that comes with drawing. Yeah, I do too. Oh, Naima, reprogramming, yes. Wow, I was literally just talking to a friend yesterday about the, conditioning and programming that we grow up with, about what is important in life. And that hopefully, more of us are waking up to the fact that we can actually do that reprogramming and realize that it is within our ability to choose differently, to reprioritize, another good R, to reprioritize our priorities. Yeah, such a good one. Oh, Lorna, rhythm, yes, yes. That conjures thoughts of the joy of music, but also following your own rhythm and following seasons. That's certainly something I've been leaning into, noticing rhythms within any given day or any given week, that you have ebbs and flows. You are not a robot. You do not need to, stay on the same setting all the time. You can have seasons of action and productivity and the go-go-go-ness, but you can also, and you should also have the seasons of slowing down, which is just as important and energizing. So yes, to rhythm. Sandy, I never could understand it either, displaying skeletons. I know, they are all over, like down the street. They are everywhere. Gardens full of skeletons, it's so funny. Yes. Rachel, they don't do much around here anymore. DC is always a fun time. All Hallows Eve and then the Day of the Dead, All Saints afterwards. Yeah, it has been so interesting. And then what I have noticed here is that then the Halloween decorations stay all the way through till Christmas, and then the Halloweens just become, they get dressed up in Santa outfits. So I guess, you know, that's an efficient use of decorations. I'm all for multi-purpose items, things that you buy. In my world, if they need to have dual purpose. So yeah. Naima, rewind, re-begin. Yes, I get you. Sandy, Rachel, I respect their culture, otherwise not so much. Yeah, absolutely. Rachel, I have the Zen Color app. Oh yes, that has coloring pages and plays music. How beautiful. But I like this drawing. I've started writing in cursive more because it's like art to me. Yes, I've been dabbling in what do they call it? Lettering, script practicing. I haven't kept it up as much as I have obviously kept up my doodling, but I do enjoy that. Okay, so this is number 17. This is the number 17. So I think I'm going to do this one here. It feels like it lends itself to here. So I'm just going to start off with these lines. So that's how we're starting there. Let me know how you are going. Mende, I have to leave for a doctor's appointment. Can you quickly show the other patterns? Sure. So number 17 is this one that we're doing next. Number 49 will be this one. I always think that looks like a path of like chopped wood. That's number 49. And then number 46 is this one that looks like thumbprints or fingerprints. So those are the four that we're going to be doing. Yeah. So back to number 17. So if you feel called to, wherever you are in your drawing, and I want to invite you, you're welcome in there. I want to invite you just to stand up wherever you are. If you're sitting down, I am already standing, so I'll stay here, and just to go up on your tippy toes, just to get the blood flowing down to your feet while we are drawing, because it can be a very static, or it is a very static activity. So we just want to send some flow down to our feet. This is a full body practice. And then taking a nice deep breath in, take your hands up, and then stay on your tippy toes. Bye, Mende. Have a good day and a good weekend, and see you next week. Staying up on your tippy toes. Keep breathing. Staying up on your tippy toes. Keep breathing. Hands in the air. Feel the blood moving. Notice the sensations in your hands and in your feet, in your calves. And then on your next exhale, come back down. Okay, just to get the blood flowing a little bit. And then coming back to our drawing and the next pattern. Evelina, you say, Day of the Dead used to scare me when they celebrated. Yeah. Oh, okay, so November 1st is the Day of the Dead. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay, that's good to know. Cool. Rightio. So carrying on with number 17. How about reclaim? Reclaiming. You're doing that right now, reclaiming your attention, reclaiming your energy, reclaiming your time. And resourcefulness. We are all resourceful. Often more resourceful than we give ourselves credit for. Oh no, recycling, yes. Yeah. If every one of us does our bit, we can make an impact. Speaking of rhythm, notice the rhythm of the repetition. That there is a fluidity to repeating. I need to change that setting. Sorry, I'm just going to hopefully keep from changing my brush color. Rachel, rejoice, yes. Alicia, release, yes. Yeah. Naima, did anyone say renewal? I think there was renew. There was renew, but it's a great reminder. Renew our commitments. If you've let self-care practices fall by the wayside, by showing up here today, you are renewing that practice. And as I've said before, these kinds of practices are to your mental health what brushing your teeth is to dental health. That there's another word, you need to take responsibility. You need to do the things. We all know that we need to practice self-care, but knowing that and doing that is two different things. You are responsible for ensuring that you do what helps regulate, another good R word, regulate your nervous system. Even if it's just temporary, calming down your thoughts, your breathing, your heart rate, even if it's just for a short session, it goes a long way. Notice your breath, remembering that you are breathing. Even if you're keeping your breath natural and easy, simply notice that you are breathing. Naima, reclaiming, yeah, and reinventing, yes. That's a great R word. We get to reinvent ourselves. And it speaks to another theme that has been coming up a lot lately for me is the ability to be agile, the ability to embrace change, do things differently, see things differently. Tracy's asking, have you got any plans for the weekend? And nice music. Yeah. I'm going to be honest, I'm Saturday definitely staying in. There is a big event happening around the country, and we're just going to stay in very intentionally. Other than that, no. Of late, I've been having conversations with myself about the joy of missing out. There's all this hype about FOMO, the fear of missing out. But sometimes missing out is a good thing, provided you're doing it intentionally. Alicia, receive, relax, recover, rise, and rare. Yes, love those. Love those. Ooh, Zenvira. Okay, Tracy, you're hanging out with your friend Katie. That's cool. Nice. Zenvira, have we had Rebel? And also, hi. Yes. No, we have not had Rebel or Rebel. No, we have not. And it feels very apt. I feel like I should qualify what I said, but I also don't want this to turn into any kind of a conversation with a specific slant, but to qualify that we are visitors in this country, and so therefore I hope you understand. I'm going to leave it at that. Yes. Lorna, the joy of missing out. Definitely adopting that, yes. And I feel like that's simple, but it is profound to consciously
yeah, not keep up with the Joneses, yes. Tracy, Limo, love I'm missing out. Yeah, Lorna agrees. Zembira, love the rebel. Really, rebel, either way. Angela, release, yes. Zembira, yeah, that makes sense. I'm reading you subtext, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, because I would hate for it to be misinterpreted. Yeah. Dali, understand you need to take care of you. We want and need you here. Oh, thank you so much. I so appreciate that, Dali. Thank you. And I want and need you guys here too. Yes. Evelina, weekend. For me, being retired. That's a good R word. For me, being retired, I tend to venture out during the week and avoid the tourists. That is so good. Yes, I hear you on that one. I hear you on that one. And because I don't work, I would do the same, except that my husband does work, so it would be me going out on my own. But I'm with you on that one. Jenny, I've become a huge fan of Jomo. Yay for the Jomo. Yay for Jomo. The joy of missing out. Yep. Not buying into the hype. Not buying into the, you know, the highlight reel version of reality. There's another R word to contemplate. What is reality? What is reality? We make our own reality. Reality is not social media. Kim, I love the subject that we're on, for it shifts my way of being, as most around me are being different, if that makes sense. I get you. I get you. And it's easy to fall into the trap of believing that you're the odd one out. And that speaks again to that responsibility. It's our responsibility to do the research and see things as much as possible as they are, not how we interpret them to be, or how we wish them to be. I guess. I don't know. I'm no expert in this field. Rachel, I work from home and like going out and you like going out during the day. Yeah. I'm thinking of inviting folks to the park tomorrow. That's cool. Oh, that would be lovely. It's funny, outside worlding has become a thing in our household, our little bubble. We've created our little bubble and we're quite content in our little bubble. And the thing to drag us out of our bubble needs to be pretty significant. So funny. And what has made it a lot easier to embrace JOMO and the joy of missing out is getting off of social media. That's been a significantly life-changing habit, like quitting social media. And although I'm obviously here, this is a network, this is a community, an online community. But again, I was speaking to a friend yesterday that it's about being selective. And it depends on how do you define social media. I personally define it as those big platforms that shall not be mentioned. And I choose not to participate. And
in a previous life, I used to encourage people to be on those platforms to market themselves. But then those platforms felt like they became a bit toxic. And you're either aware of its impact on you or you're not. And once you become aware, if you continue to participate, it would appear that you're consciously sabotaging your well-being. So conscious consumption, just like we have to be aware about what food we eat, we have to be aware about what content we consume. And you do have a choice. Nobody forces you to pick up your device and scroll. I don't know why this is coming up. Adriana, I like what you said about developing agility. Have we said resilience? Anti-fragility. Yes, it is a practice for sure. Yes, absolutely, resilience. And these are the skills that we're not actively taught, you know, that it's like by happenstance or circumstance that many of us are forced to learn these things. But wouldn't it be great if we were like actively made aware of them in our formative years? I don't know, I'm not a parent, so I have no frame of reference except from having been a child. That's my only frame of reference. Instead, I guess that's the school of hard knocks. Naima, revolving, yeah, things do come around. They absolutely do. They come around. Everything is temporary. Tracy, it's much cooler there on Saturday, 23 in Sydney. That's the perfect temperature. I love that kind of temperature. Dali, yeah, talking of social media, the toxicity is very unhealthy, yeah. Not sure if anyone said release and re-evaluate. Release, yes, definitely has come up, but re-evaluate is great. And I think it speaks to reflection as well. And so part of like self-care habits is about actively reflecting on what went well, what didn't go well, what served you, what didn't serve you. It's certainly a fairly new practice that I've introduced to my journaling, is including that, re-evaluating what's working, what's not working. Rachel, restore, yeah. Resist, yes. Yes. Some powerful words here. Avelina, I know I have to leave in 5 minutes. We'll catch the rest later. Perfect. You know where to find the replay, Avelina. And thank you for your comment. I'm going to respond. I appreciate that. That was a real boost. I appreciate you. Ooh, Rachel, reciprocity. Yes. Do for others as you would have done to yourself, or whatever the phrase is, I don't know. But yes, reciprocity. Number 49. This is number 49. That's where we're going to next. Barbara, you have to leave. I need to make some breakfast. I'll finish later. Have a lovely day and safe day and weekend, everyone. You too, Barbara. Stay safe and have a wonderful weekend. Ooh, Rachel, rekindle. That's a great one. Yes. Rekindle your joy of drawing, rekindle creative activities that you used to enjoy as a kid. Love that. Naima, I meant revolving a growth. Revolving a growth. Can you expand on that? I'm not sure I'm understanding. Revolving a growth. and re-access. One thing we can definitely re-access always is our breath. Fantastic tool of mindfulness, anchoring us back into our body, getting out of our head, back into the sensations of our body. Releasing the scattered mind. Resonance. That's something that I try to pay attention to, what resonates. Reassess. Oh, revolving is growth. Reassess. Oh, we see. Okay, so reassess. Yes, reassessing. So important. Rachel, I heavily limited social media, but I also constantly blocked and curated the experience I wanted. I deleted the platform, so I have to mindfully log on, which hasn't been much. Yeah, I do the same. I do still catch myself, and just like with mindfulness, the practice of mindfulness is every time you catch yourself and you're aware, and you go back, you recommit, and remember why you didn't want to do it in the first place. And then behaving differently as soon as you realize what you're doing on autopilot. That's mindfulness. I will admit, though, that sometimes it does happen where I know I'm scrolling, and the only platform really that I have on my device is the red one. I'm not gonna say the platform, but sometimes I watch myself and I am scrolling and I continue, and then I recognize that's just self-sabotage, because I know what I'm doing is wrong for me. So, just like anything, there is no end to it, like it's one and done, or you get to this point. It's an ongoing practice. We are fallible, after all. And that's where the non-judgment comes in, and that's where the compassion comes in, and the recommitment. Tracy, rejection. Yeah, what's your relationship with rejection? That's a good R word to reflect on, and how do we interpret events and make them mean something. Yeah, that's a profound contemplation. What is our relationship with rejection? Zimbira, it's a bit like sugar though, isn't it? Yeah. The more you have it, the more you often crave it. So true. So true. Tracy, unfortunately, you have to go. You'll carry on with this later. Perfect. Thank you so much for joining, Tracy. Oh gosh, look at the time. No wonder you're all leaving. Naima, relaxing, yes. Zimbira, rejection or redirection. Yeah. Oh, I like that, redirection. I like that. Redirection. How can you redirect your focus? How can you redirect your thoughts? Another one I've just thought of. Reframe. How can you reframe a situation? What is a different perspective? I think there is great wisdom in having that ability to reframe, especially when we're perhaps attached to a narrative or a point of view. To be able to reframe in the moment, gosh, what a skill that is. Oh, Tamara, yes, responding versus reacting, straight out of the mindfulness playbook. Absolutely, recognizing the difference between the two. Reacting being our initial response, and then responding being our contemplated response, or our behavior or perspective. Yeah, that is so profound. And recognizing when we are reacting and when we are responding. Gosh, I knew R was going to be a good and powerful letter. Rebound, Alicia. Yeah. That has many ways of being interpreted. How do we, like in the resilience context, but also, I guess, romantic. Romantic's another R. As romance is good for our self-care. So yeah, rebound could have that romantic connotation, but it can also be about resilience. Reference, reflect, and relative. Yeah. Frame of reference. Frame of reference is significant. Informs how we do react or respond. Tracy, remembering. Naima, rapport. Yeah. The skill of relatability. Yeah, Kim, as you were saying, relating. No, I don't think it has been or it might have been mentioned, but maybe I interpreted it differently, but relatability, that ability to relate to people. People just ultimately want to be understood, right? And have a sense of belonging. So that rapport and that relatability ties into it. We all want to belong. Yeah, Tracy, romantic. Rejoice. Yeah, that's a good one, rejoice. Revive, Jennifer. Yeah. Notice your breathing. Notice that you are breathing. Notice how your shoulders move because you are breathing. How your belly moves because you are breathing. Tracy, relax, yeah. Jennifer, reverse. What is the context of that? What came to mind when you shared reverse? I'm interested to know, because my brain won't detach from just reversing a car. So, yeah. Respiration, Dilly, yes. Respiration. There's a great one. Breath. The power of breath. Gosh. Again, something we take so for granted, and yet is profoundly significant physiologically and emotionally, spiritually. Oh, reverse old habits. Okay, thanks, Jennifer. Yeah, reversing old habits, for sure. For sure, for sure. Quitting those bad habits. Yes. Yeah. What are some bad habits? So, as it was topic of mine, maybe we can all recommit to reversing at least one bad habit, putting some effort in towards that this weekend and the week coming forward. Because it came up in conversation, I think mine will be that scrolling on the red platform. That's definitely a habit worth reversing for me. Jessica, looking so pretty. Good. I'm glad you're enjoying the outcome. I hope you're enjoying the process just as much. Oh, Tracy, you're nice and relaxed and sleepy. I would be very sleepy if I were you at that time of morning. Oh, Naima, remote, yes. Alone or controlled, yes, two very different definitions. The one that resonated with me the most there was the remoteness, being alone. One day, in my little cabin in the forest. And then I can really embrace my JOMO. I have not been, bizarrely, given the nature of this class, aware of the time. And I see that we have approached the top of the session, but I do want to just show you the starting of this pattern, number 46, because it's not one that comes up too often, and it can sometimes be a bit challenging at first glance. So I just start out with these pebble type shapes, and they bump up against each other, and I'll be filling in the gaps after the fact, like that. But once you've got these shapes in place, then we start with the inside patterns, just following the shape and then leaving a little gap. You don't have to leave the gap if you don't want to. But that is how we go about it. Is that clear? So we're doing these pebble type shapes and then following the container round and lifting our pen at two ends. And that's how we go. So that's that final, oh, it's gotten very dark in here. That is our final pattern for this session. Let me just increase that. It seems like the morning sunshine has gone. So there we go, that is our final pattern. So 4 different doodle designs today. Tomorrow, may I ask where these different patterns are found? So if you go onto my teacher profile on Insight Timer, there is a link there, and it's a Linktree link, and then you'll see, I think it's at the top. Is it at the top? I can't remember. There's a Linktree link there where you can download this sheet here of these 50 doodle patterns. And yeah, actually also if you're in Insight Timer anyway, if you go onto my teacher profile, go all the way down to the bottom, there's a group, and I've put the same download link in the group, so that way you don't even need to leave Insight Timer. So if you are already on Insight Timer, just go to the group and then you'll find the link. It's called the Zen Doodle group. Unfortunately, we can't share images there. We can just chit chat. I am sharing the 10-minute tracks that I'm putting out. So if you do want to do some in between sessions, between our Friday sessions, then you've got some tracks, some mindful art tracks there that you can follow. They don't follow these 50 doodles. They are more kind of art journaling sessions with journaling prompts and contemplation points and metaphors for what you are doodling. So I would love for you to take a listen to those if you fancy doing some doodling over the weekend. And just so that you know, our next session will be on, let me put the card up, it will be on the 24th, yes, that's next week Friday, and that will be our creative doodling session. So hopefully you can join us then. If not, then the replay will be on the other platforms. And if you do want to share your doodle designs, there is also a link on that Linktree to the orange platform where you can join the chat group and upload your doodles there if you want to. I would really love to see you there. Yeah, whichever platform you feel comfortable in, confident and comfortable in, because I don't want to encourage more online noise, as we have discussed today. About the impact of social media and being mindful about what you do consume online. And so
you can basically find me on these 3 platforms, Insight Timer, and then the red one and the orange one. I would love to see you on any of those, and hopefully you feel that what you consume there is something that feeds your soul. This is self-care in active form. I don't ask for donations on this platform at all. I merely ask that you take a listen to the tracks that I put out, let me know if you enjoy them or not, and perhaps invite a friend along to next week's live session. That would be great. So let me know if you've got any feedback, if there's any particular kind of mindful art practices that you would like to do. I'm always open to suggestions and would love to, facilitate that for you. Have a lovely weekend, Tracy. Get some sleep. Grace Ann, you're most welcome. Thank you, Tamara. Thanks, Zimbira. Oh, Roar. That's a great one, Zimbira. Really good. Bon, you're most welcome. Yay. Looking forward to seeing you again on the 24th. Eddie and I wish you all happy and safe weekend. Yes, please, everybody, be safe on the weekend. Do what you've got to do. Have your voice heard. Be kind to yourself and others, always. Thank you. Jennifer, great. Thank you. I'm so glad. And yeah, let's do a quick little temperature check before we go. Where are you at right now? Taking a nice deep breath in. 1 being awful, 10 being awesome. Physically, mentally, emotionally, where are you at right now? As we say our goodbyes. Thanks, Dali. Take care. Thanks, Naima. Thanks for participating. That was great. Thanks, Jenny. Have a lovely weekend. Elle, you're an 8. Great. Jennifer, you're an 8. Wonderful. Yay, Dali, you went from 7 to 8. Fantastic. Bon, Eddie says he is now 10.25. I'm so glad. Yay, Eddie. High five to you. Tracy, you're a 7. Nice and relaxed. Wonderful. Naima, you're a 10. Amazing. Kim, 7. Great, Elle, because of this moment. I'm so glad. Thank you for sharing this moment with us all. I appreciate you showing up every time. I appreciate your participation and all the love that you share here. So yeah, thank you. Lorna, from a 4 to a sleepy 6. Good. Sleepy is good. That means your body's relaxing. That is wonderful. I'm so glad. Thanks, everyone. Have yourselves a happy, and please be safe on the weekend, and be kind on the weekend, and all time, not just on the weekend. Be kind all the time to yourself and to others. All right. I'll see you again soon.